I'm going to answer a question that many of you have posed throughout the years. Does Jeff Bratt wear a toupee? And the answer is no. Because if I did, it would be with Robert's tie. It is that windy outside. Welcome to a windy edition of Woodbine Racing Live for a Friday where, the skies, they are a-howling, and it's going to be a significant wind down the backside. So the horse will be assisted down the backside at the top of the stretch. It's going to hit them straight in their faces. So we'll see what type of impact that has on the races today at Woodbine. We do have action on the inside turf course for one race, and then obviously we have the rest of the races taking place on the all-weather surface as well. So we're going to give it a go here today, and safety always paramount. So if the jocks see that it is safe to ride, we will continue to do so with the program, with the first race getting underway in about 51 minutes from now. We're on the eve of a busy day tomorrow. We have 11 races tomorrow, a couple of stake races as a matter of fact. We have the Wonderwear Stakes, looking forward to the third and final Jewel of Canada's Triple Tiara, and obviously that is the Marcassi show. He's very well represented in that race. And then we have the Singspiel, which is a long distance race on the inside turf course as well, and we'll see if the shipper can have some success. Haunted Dreams, a very interesting shipper that we'll have some more information on for you tomorrow. But let's peel back to yesterday and do a little bit of a recap and find out what's kind of storylines were written yesterday. And there they are for you on the bottom of the screen. So favorites won 2 of the races overall. Average win payout was $14.41. And the reason why it was so high, 8-to-1 winner, 7-to-1 winner, and a 13-to-1 winner. And the 13-to-1 winner was a first-time start by the name of Going Lucky, owned by Augustin Stables that Katerina Vasilieva ran. And hindsight is so easy in this game, but in hindsight, that horse is worth $40,000 all day long, and did not get claimed of that race and won very, very nicely. So congratulations goes out to the connections there with Going Lucky. And way to go as well to Verana and Sarah Ritchie. She was able to pick up a victory with that one. Figures, and I said this on the show yesterday, I've picked Verana like 5 times this year, jump off the bandwagon, right to the winner's circle as that horse is able to pull off the victory. So that is a look back. Let's now look ahead to today's card of racing and see if we can't make some money along the way. So worth a look time. We'll put the clock on. I'm by myself here today. Elise will be back with me on Thursday, but Robert's going to take time to his schedule to join me on tomorrow's broadcast and on Sunday's broadcast as well. So let's look ahead here to race number 3, shall we? So this third race on the day, we are going to travel a distance of 1 mile and a 16th. There's 7,500 claimers, non-winners of 2. Now, Pet Sounds is kind of the, I don't want to say the safe choice in here, but a pretty dependable horse is Pet Sounds. Just, you wish that the horse would win a little bit more often than what he does. His last 3 races have been a second, a third, and a second. And last time out, he lost to Smart Almasty. But I kind of like the effort last time out from Monday morning. Now, Admiral Nelson wired the field on this day, but let's watch the gray in here. And I just kind of like the fact that it was a ground-saving trip, and when Admiral Nelson starts to drift a little bit, things become a little bit interesting in here. Now, the one thing about Admiral Nelson, as we know, is does not corner very well, as you can tell right there. But mission accomplished. They got around the turn, and now coming up the inside is this gray horse, Monday Morning, who is one that turned in one of the best races we've seen from him in a long, long time, as a matter of fact. We did finish in second. He's only going to lose this race by a head. Third was a Dodester, and I thought this was a really good race, and it's just trying. Really, really trying in here, and just runs out of racetrack in there, and Admiral Nelson holds on to win by a head. Now, it's hard to be overly confident when you're picking a horse that's won for 17, and that last race wasn't a sprint, but the horse has run well in the past, went around 2 turns as well, and more than anything, what I kind of like about the horse is just, you know, after 3 not great races to start off the campaign, that was a bit of a wake-up race last time out. So maybe Debbie's got this horse in fine form right now, and Monday Morning might be able to get into the winner's enclosure for the second time in his career. He's a horse that obviously has had a bit of a busy schedule as of late, August 1st, August 23rd, and now he's going to race here on September the 5th. Almost hit a bang on. Almost. So Monday Morning is going to be my pick there coming up in race number 3 on the day. Topic number 2 is specialist. And no, you don't have to go to the doctor to see a specialist in here. We're going to talk about an inside turf course specialist here in race number 4. Now, the one thing here, we have a couple of scratches, Split Strike and Proud Ronin. We do lose a pace component, Split Strike, but there was a lot of early zip in here. So that's one of the storylines. And then you have the other storylines with British Artillery, who's getting into a bit of an easier spot. And then you have True Shot at 20-1 on the morning line. And he loves this course. And when he won 2 starts ago, it was a wide trip. When he won last time out, it was an inside trip in which he was able to pull off the victory. And he just gets along so well with Jalon Samuel. Now, it's not going to be Jalon that's going to ride today. It's going to be Kevin Nichols that's going to ride here today. But you can tell, like right now, True Shot's got run. Just where we go. Do we split? Can we split? Not yet, not yet, not yet. Still nowhere to go. Okay, here we go. Now we get the path up the inside. And it still looks kind of bleak, but keeps coming. And True Shot's going to get up to win it here. And does so at odds of 5-2. Pretty clever ride, I thought. Now, Jalon goes towards the 6th after being War in Charge, who's coming off a 2nd place finish last time out, so that's why Keve picks up the mount there with True Shot. But I really like horses that run well on this course, and that's why I'm going to put this one second in my selections. But I am going to go towards British Artillery. Now, I think Barb is kind of stumped right now as to why he's not running better. Now all of a sudden he's off of Lasix, and now he's in for 25,000. Let's see if he wakes up a little bit in here. And Barb, by the way, did buy a sibling out of this mare at this sale a couple of weeks ago, and she paid a decent buck for the horse too, so she really knows this family quite well. And I also like the fact this one's run very well on the inside turf course in the past too, so British Artillery is going to be my top pick in that race. But that is a spread race all day long when it comes to pick 4 in there. I want to toss in some of the speed, and I want to toss in some of the closers for horses using a bit of a stalking type of style as well. Not a race that's the easiest by any means. In fact, I would say from a handicapping point of view, that's arguably the most difficult race of the day. So that's a look at our specialist segment here on Woodbine Racing Live. Let's talk about saving ground. Always a good thing to do in racing. If you can save ground, more often than not, it wins you races. It's the shortest way home, as we like to say. And I find here at Woodbine, the rail is good 90% of the time this season. I can count on one hand on days where the rail has not been good. And that led to a victory for a horse that we'll look at here in a couple of seconds. Now, the big question mark is what do we do with Country Living? Country Living won big off the claim, ran poorly last time out, and now is in for 25,000. But here's Back on the Chain Gang. And Back on the Chain Gang does not leave the fence the entire race. Stays on the inside, stays on the inside, and stays on the inside. If we look at like the grounds covered ratings that we have here, this horse had by far the shortest way home. And this last race was at 6 furlongs, and this horse actually ran 6 furlongs. You know, you look at the poor horse on the far outside who came out this race not to run all that well, Red Pharaoh, albeit against tougher. That horse covered way more ground, but you know, that's a pretty determined run from this horse on the inside. And Sophia gets along really nicely with him as well. And I kind of like what Bob Tiller and Frank DiGiulio Jr. are doing here with Back on the Chain Gang. So you get the maiden claiming win for 25. You win the 25 non-2. Just stick and stay 25 non-3. Let's not go for 40. Let's not do anything crazy like that and waste any races. So they're going to go right back in here for the $25,000 tag. Let's see what some of the others are doing in here. Robert's going towards Caught Speeding off a good run last time out on turf. That's where Ron's going to go as well. And Doug says the one for him, that being Country Living. Now, Country Living, if he's the same horse that we saw from 2 starts ago, he wins. And he's not going to get beaten here. But I don't know. Like, they claim the horse for 15. They win that 25. The horse is a major bust for 40, albeit not a great trip last time out. And now all of a sudden is back in for $23,500 today. The good news is you're still above what you took the horse for, and you do have that win under your belt as well. So saving ground, that was the name of the game for Back on the Chain Gang in that most recent event. Let's get to the 6 now as we get set to go 5.5 furlongs in here. And this is a main optional claimer here in this spot. And Pocket Speed is a very interesting runner to me. Now, B-Me is going to take a lot of money in here for Krista Cole, but B-Me's a lot of chances. And poor B-Me is now going to start from post 1 for the 4th time in his last 5 races. Like, if Krista Cole picks up the overnight, she knows where the horse is going to be. It's post 1 all the time. all the time for Beamy, and just so frustrating when you're always stuck with the rail. Now this is going to be start number 15 for this one. You've got a first-time starter named Tbred, who looks a little bit interesting as well in here. In fact, let's give you some clocker information here in regards to Tbred. Because Tbred goes postal for a barn that we don't see a lot of first-time starters from these days. Back in the day, you used to see a slew of them, but not so much anymore. Mike Wright Jr. This one's from the same family as I Sir, who was an 11-time winner and made $260,000. The mare, she was a one-time winner. That win taking place at 4.5 furlongs. The mare's a half to Spadina Road. She's dropped 4 winners to this point, and she's posted some pretty quick lockings getting ready for this engagement as well. So I kind of like that a little bit coming into this race. Now, Pocket Speed last time out is not one that really gave us a lot of early speed in that last race, but I just love the way the horse finished up on that particular occasion, and I really thought that was a good performance, to say the least. So I'm going to keep a keen eye on Pocket Speed in here off that good run last time. I'm going to make that one my top pick. And the winner of that last race, Super Tucson, by the way, came out of that race to win at Saratoga, and I think a starter optional 50, I think it was, and ran really big there. So we're obviously facing some pretty good competition last time out, and a bunch of horses lost to Super Tucson in that most recent tilt as well. So I'm going to go 3, 4, 1, and 2 there in race number 6. Pocket Speed with Lasix, start number 2 under the belt, high percentage barn. Let's go with Rafael Hernandez aboard. I'm told it's raining now. Oh, it is raining outside. Why not? Might as well. The way the day's gone so far, might as well have a little bit of rain right now. We'll see if that has an impact on our lone turf race of the day or not. Okay, what are we doing now? Oh, best bet. Yes, I have one of those. Let's focus in on that 7th race of the day, going 7 furlongs. Main optional claimer in here. And who is my best bet of the day? This is one by the name of Country Boy Survive. And let me tell you a little bit of the story in regards to Country Boy Survive. Really has run one bad race so far this season. I think at one time, so Nick Gonzalez originally had this horse back in 2024. They brought the horse down to Gulfstream, was in some tough spots, then came up here and ran the Woodstock, and then led to a long layoff. The horse was off for 13 months and came back in May of this season, only lost by a neck to Philip My Wine, then ran not a bad 4th and against that Roger horse that ran a terrific race. First time out and came back to win second time out, whose name I can't say properly. And then last time out, finished 3rd. But the race that's July the 27th in dates, that's the stinker. So, and you're going to get that from time to time with these low-end maiden claimers. And I just think that Country Boy Survive gets back on track here today. As when Flores picks up the mount, this is a good jockey-trainer combo, so I'll put that one on top. Robert says the 5, just a Jacobo for him. And this horse ran a lot better last time out after a bit of a clunker too. But that happens, as I said. You look at the overall form with these horses and you get those kind of bad races from time to time. So hard to be overly confident with anybody in here, but I just think that Country Boy Survive, if he brings one of his better races, is the horse to beat in this spot. I'm also going to give a bit of a nod here to Super Effect. This is the 6 on the outside, because Super Effect just fell really far out of it last time out, and then made this big run from way off the pace, but just had way too much work to do late in that tilt. So I'm kind of hoping that Super Effect is a little bit closer to the pace here on this particular occasion. And I think the Wakila is one that's kind of on the improve. Owned by Cassandra Jeske, trained by Pat Dixon. Good race for 15. Not a bad run last time out for 25. So he's getting a little bit better now. And now you get the 3rd start off the layoff. And I believe his bar nickname is French Fry, I think. I'll have to ask Cassandra why that is. But Wakila from post position number 3, selling as the 3rd horse in the 7th race of the day. Jackpot High 5. There was a ton of speed in this race, and speed might be good today. And with that wind, you never know. So we're going to go 6 furlongs in here, 7,500 claimers in this spot. Midday Magic, or Midday Image, I should say, has got so much back class to him. He's made $500,000. He's obviously lost a step, but he's coming off not a bad run last time out on the turf, and now all of a sudden he's in for 7,500. Norm McKnight is saying at 998 career wins to this point, so he's getting ever so closer to 1,000. And Midday Image will sell ticket number 3. I think he is in the right group of friends scenario in here. And I will give that one the nod. There is some speed to chase in this spot. Overall, the speed, Paperback Hero, Harper City, Classic Dancer, maybe even Executive Search. Executive Search goes for Icon too, so that horse is probably going to take a lot of money. Dissectologist has got a little bit of early zip too. It could actually set up pretty nicely too for Tricky Magician, but I've always kind of thought of Tricky Magician as a 5-furlong inside turf course type of horse. In fact, Tricky Magician just a one-time winner on the synthetic overall. But there's a look at the picks. Many of us going in the direction of Midday Image is going to be our top pick there coming up in race number 8. I'm going to go 3, 8, 2, Harper City. Really good right now. Win second as of late, so nothing wrong with that. The 6, Executive Search, always have to respect Anthony Adamo and the Icon Racing Stable. And the 7 is Tricky Magician, who does get into a bit of an easier spot, but it's not like when you look at Tricky Magician, you're like, oh, this is the first time the horse ever run this cheap. Don't forget last season the horse was in for a nickel, and now is in for that $7,000 price tag in there. I got some seconds to put in the bank. Got 19 seconds I'm going to put away for plays of the day. Let's take a look at those, shall we? I think I'm going to go first. Okay, where am I going to go? Let's go race 3. My multi-leg single, and if I'm going to play the pick 5 or early pick 3, it's going to be Monday morning. My watch list horse off that big run first time out is Pocket Speed. My best bet of the day coming up in race number 7 is Country Boy Survive for all the reasons that I spoke of earlier on. And my old drop and pop is going to be Midday Image coming up in race number 8. Now, poor Roberts, there's 3 horses scratched on the program today. He had 2 of them. Now, he's changed one of them, but Great Kate is still on the board as scratched. He tossed in British Artillery. He's calling an audible and tossing that horse in. His improving horse is Pocket Speed. I'm with you on there. And in the zone, Robert says, is just Jacobo. And every time I see this picture, I think that Robert is an author. That should be the back of a jacket of a book, that picture. Let me tell you about my book that I wrote. Speaking of writers, Doug McPherson, his best bet, Pocket Speed. That's going to be a popular pick today. The Woodbine TV Pro, look at this. Give them a 10-to-1 shot. Paperback Hero. And Ronnie says Midday Image for him from the racing form, taking a drop, changing surfaces, and 2-to-1 on the line. That's it for plays of the day. In fact, I think that's it for the show. Boy, I should really talk more, producer Mike, because we're a little bit, we should have a call-in segment of some sort. Let's go to Brad from Nebraska. Well, line 1. We'll take some calls. Yeah, first-time caller, long-time listener, Mike says. That's a good one. I like that. We'll take a bit of a break, and what we'll do is I'll take a drink of water, and when we come back, we'll see horses arriving from the backside into the paddock area, and then we'll get you all set for race number 1.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
Race in the world. Pinch me, I think I'm dreaming.
They're all business Dubai World Cup.
And they're into the stretch. 2 of the great racehorses in the world. Giant Killer, by name and by nature. A race for the ages.
Zara Stella's 3 behind. Top of the stretch, Winterberry taken on by Shifty, but Winterberry's not stopping. And so far, so good. A couple in front of Shifty as they go inside the final furlong, and she's really on her game here, Winterberry. Shifty trying her heart out, but it's Winterberry with a dazzling display for Patrick Husbands, and Winterberry in the Bison City Stakes all the way by 2.5 to Shifty. 4 lengths Zara Stella, then Crystal Visions Hibiscus, and last Innisfree Isle. The race time is 1:44.45.
So it was Winterberry again beating Shifty in the Bison City Stakes, and here I am. I've been on my chair, my perch, and I've been saying, Shifty's better than Winterberry. Shifty's better than Winterberry. And every time they run, Winterberry beats Shifty. But maybe tomorrow I can turn the tables. Why? Because the surface is different. We're going to be racing on the grass. And this is the Wonderwear Stakes, and Cassie's got 3 in this spot, so no time. What do we say about the plate? Was she just flat? Did she bounce a little bit off her big run in the Oaks? Possibly. You've got Aristella, who ran well last time out in the Bison City. Winterberry. The only concern with Winterberry, and it's not a huge concern. No, it is a huge concern. It's the surface. The horses only run once on the grass and didn't go very well. Scott Girl's in great form right now. Mike DiPaolo, kudos to you for taking a shot. I love it because it's a field of 5. You've got a horse in good form right now. You're going for $250,000. I love the fact that you're in there. And you got Shifty, who is proven on grass, like No Time is, and I hope can turn the tables on Winterberry, because I'm sick and tired of Winterberry beating me. It just seems like time and time again she does. So that's, who am I picking in that race? Oh yeah, 5-1-3-2. Yeah, so Shifty on top of No Time and Winterberry in the 3rd place spot. That race, but then I was like, oh yeah, Shifty's in there, duh. Then let's look at the HBI Bet Stingspiel Stakes. Now I almost went towards the inside horse, Haunted Dream. We're going to show you the replay for this one coming up tomorrow, who last ran in Europe, and it was a good run too. But I kind of like the Incident Denial. I'm going to put this one on top. The concern I have though, in the Singspiel, is there's no pace. Like, does Rosscar go? Does Haunted Dream maybe go? I don't know. Like, who's going to get to the front end of this race? I'm really, really worried about the pace scenario on that race. I think they're going to go super slow. The thing that I like about the Incident Denial is the distance. Horse can run all day long. So I tossed that horse on top. And sentimentally, I'd love to see the horse have some success, because, you know, it's kind of one of the last Samson runners, not owned by Samson anymore, but was purchased by a group of investors through the Samson dispersal. So, you know, I would love to see that horse win tomorrow here at Woodbine and pick up a stakes victory. Now, coming up on Tuesday down at the Border Oval is the second jewel of the Canadian Triple Crown, and this is the Prince of Wales Stakes. Here's a look at how they'll line up in the gate for this one. So the plate favorite is Mancetti, coming off a big win, obviously, in the plate. And we've got some rider changes. Ashley's Archer and Faber, they're flip-flopping jockeys in there. Both had disastrous trips in the plate. Ashley's Archer, I don't know, was fighting Savachi the whole time. I don't know what happened there. And Faber, last time out, stopped and started more times than I do at Costco. That poor horse never got a chance to really run. And we have the Wolf, who ran not bad in the plate. The newcomer is Humber River. You've got Scorching Dylan Davis back aboard, and Runaway again off a bit of a poor effort in the plate. They're going to give it another go there in the Prince of Wales Stakes. Should I give my pick now, producer Mike, or should I wait till tomorrow and give my pick? We're going to save it for tomorrow. It's not who you think it's going to be. That's your clue. We'll see. That's the Prince of Wales Stakes. Want to wish our friends all the best of luck at the Fort coming up on Tuesday. Okay, what else do we got? Oh, it says throw to the commercial. Okay, I can do that. Whew. Time for a break. When we come back, we'll get you all set for race number 1 on the day. 8-5 favorite from post position number 6. More on that